Konnichiwa, this is Sapphire Yagami, and I know it's been a while since I've been. I know I'm like way behind on this, but since the season finale is coming up of Once Upon a Time, um, yeah, this is the review for the 20th episode of this season 2. It's titled "The Evil Queen." The character backstories are the Evil Queen, who is Regina, and Snow White. So far we have the clock tower. We have Hook. We realize that he's being held hostage by Tamara and Greg, and he tells him that he's used to this because he's a pirate, and he says, his deed is done. Then they show him that Rumpelstiltskin is not dead. He's with, so that ticks him off even more. And they say we could help you if you help us. And they say they have a way of pretty much defeating magic. And Greg is trying to help Greg is still trying to help, not trying to help. He's still trying to find his father, Regina says his father is no longer there. We don't know if the dad's there or if she's been letting him go, but I mean, obviously they have other motives than just trying to get his dad back. So then we go into a flashback of past Fairy Tale Land, and we have Regina asking Rumpelstiltskin for pretty much sort of this camouflage spell, which would hide who she really is, so she could walk among the peasants. And Rumpelstiltskin tells that she may not like what she hears because she's trying to figure out why don't the people love her. So as she goes into town in her disguise, nobody knows that she's Evil Queen. She sees that everybody hates her and that she was dead, and then she ends up almost being killed by her own henchmen until she is saved by Snow. So Snow heals a wound that she had. Snow heals Regina's wound that she had received, and Regina's wondering why Snow is pretty much helping her, a complete stranger. And with Snow is there's good in everybody. And she helps people out, and she goes and tells the stranger about when Regina had saved her, even though she did not know Regina at the time. And she believed that goodness is still in Regina. It's just she refuses um to let anybody see, to be vulnerable and stuff. And so as the flashback continues, Snow and Regina, they're still talking. She gives Regina a sword, and Regina goes or almost removes the sword from the sheath, but she doesn't. And she, asks Snow more questions, and they get to have a little talk until they approach this village where we see everybody dead, men, women, and children. And Snow says she takes back what she said. There's no good left in Regina if she could do something this evil. You're talking about killing men, women, and children. And Regina was like, but we said about what you said about her saving you from the horse. And Snow realizes that she is talking to Regina because she never mentioned that it was Regina who saved her from the horse. So she draws her arrow at her. And Regina is like, yes, it's me. And she tries to use her magic, but then she remembers she can't use her magic while she's under the sky. So she then runs away and runs to Rumpelstiltskin, who then removes the curse and pretty much wants Regina to tell him that you were right, they don't like me. And so she gets her her look back, and Regina, I'll have to admit, throughout season 1 and 2, Regina, boy, she could dress for Evil Queen. She could dress like, seriously. They should have like a Once Upon a Time like clothing collection. They should have like the Evil Queen clothing line. I would buy the clothes that Regina was in these seasons. I mean, it is just fabulous. I probably really wouldn't wear them anywhere because I mean, you really couldn't wear some of these things. The woman like, what's she done? But it was like if I had to go to like a really nice fancy party or something, I would wear Regina's clothes. Like, oh my god, they're so gorgeous. But anyway, and she looks at herself in the mirror. She says, "The queen is dead. Long live the evil queen." So now she takes on the title of being the evil queen. So back in the storybook, we have Hook going to Regina and saying, pretty much tells them that Tamara and Owen is up to something and such and such a good plan. So she takes Hook down over to the library to where she brings down a bed and pretty much pushes him down this like pit so he could distract Maleficent, who we thought probably would have died at the end of season 1. when she, we saw her in her dragon form, but apparently she had more than one form. I thought she just had a dragon form, like, in the movie Snow White. I mean, not Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. She had herself, with her black robe, her wine glowed green and stuff, and she had the, horn thingy, and then she turns into a dragon. That's it. I didn't know she had another form. This other form was kind of creepy. It was, like, tall. It was, like, really, really pale. It was kind of like her skin was falling off. She was, all that screaming. I'm like, okay, ew, gross. Anyway, so Hook's fending off that former Maleficent while Regina goes and retrieves this diamond, because apparently when she enacted the curse, she put in a I guess she said a trigger button, so that would pretty much destroy Storybrooke, and everybody who's inside the town will automatically just die. So I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so bad, because she tells Henry early in this episode. She tells Henry about her plan, and Henry's like, "Why would you do that? I mean, you're supposed to, pretty much you're trying to be good, but you keep reverting back to being the evil queen." And so then she pretty much erases the memory of it, of that conversation. And then it's also Henry and Emma. Emma is suspicious. She thinks it might be Tamara who attacked Pinocchio, which she is right. But of course, Henry believes her. But Henry believes her. I mean, sometimes what can you do? Henry believes her. So they go to the apartment and try to look for evidence. And Neil kind of figure out what's going on because he sees Henry outside the door. He's like, "Wait a minute, I taught her that." And he goes inside, like, "What are you doing?" She tells him, I think Tamara might be the one who tagged, August, and Neil is thinking like, man, Emma's just being jealous. She's like, no, I'm not being. It's not because I still like you and I'm being jealous. I just have a real suspicion that what I mean. So they look under the floorboard, which kind of sounded weak, kind of creaky, like something's under there. They look under there, there's nothing there. But Emma still has a suspicion that Tamara is the one who tagged August, aka Pinocchio. And so, also with David and Snow and Grumpy, um, they go back to the beans, the magic beans they were talking about, yeah. And they come back and they realize that all the beans have been destroyed. So I'm like, oh my god, all that hard work. Oh my god, what are they gonna do? But Regina, I'm guessing it's either Regina destroyed the beans because she knew what they were and she took one for herself because it's in her office, or Tamara and Owen destroyed the beans because they have this whole thing about reusing magic, destroying magic. So, back to Regina and Hook. Regina and Hook, they come up. Well, Regina comes up from the bottom of the library, and she thought she left Hook down there, and she finds him up there, and he's like, "I have a way of surviving." He's being charming as usual. You gotta love that part. And she realizes that she can't use her magic when Tamara and Owen come out of the shadows or wherever they were, and she realizes that she can't do a magic because of the band that she insisted Hook give her, and she figures that maybe it's some sort of other type of magic. He says no, not, and Owen explains that it's science. So now we have this whole magic versus science thing going on, and then he tells Tamara to bag her, and then the show kind of goes off. So obviously, as you can see, I don't like Owen and I don't like Tamara. Seriously, oh god. I hope something bad happens to them. And I hope nobody dies. I hope they kill nobody. Like, seriously, if they kill somebody, one of the main characters, I'm going to be ticked off. So, that's my review of this episode, The Evil Queen. The next episode, posted right after this, is called The Second Star to the Right. And obviously, if you kind of could hint with that name within itself, it has something to do with Peter Pan. Then the season finale is straight on to morning. So I really can't wait for that one because I've seen the previews for it and I'm like, oh my god, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? Oh my god. I mean, seriously, out of all the shows I have watched so far, this one has me seriously addicted. Seriously, it has me addicted. Like, I love the show. Anyway, see you guys on the season finale for Once Upon a Time. And can't wait for season 3 to start. This is sayonara. Bye.
child of the pure unclouded brow and dreaming eyes of wonder.